Is this F?
Thank you. So the surface area of a cylinder is actually quite similar when we're talking about the surface area of any other prism. Okay? So a cylinder, you guys should be quite familiar with. And if you guys imagine it as like a toilet paper roll, and I put it sideways, I've got the flat part of the surface. Someone say hell yeah to toilet paper.
Yeah.
I've got the...
No.
I've got the flat area. No. I've got the flat circle area on the top and the bottom of the toilet paper, and then as I unroll the toilet paper, that's the surface area of that side there, okay? So you can imagine that if I've got a cylinder that looks like this, as I unroll it, I'm going to end up with something that looks like that, yeah? Are we okay with that?
Yeah.
So can you guys see how... Can you guys see how when you've got a cylinder, it's made up of two circles and then a rectangle in the middle?
Yeah.
Are we okay with that?
Yeah.
Awesome. Now, when we find the total surface area, we've got a formula that's this one over here. Now, you could go ahead and just sub in numbers there like you guys are used to, but I think it's a lot easier to explain why it's there. So if I've got trying to find the surface area, what's the surface area of a bless you? What's the surface area of a circle?
That half times. Someone's talking.
Diameter times pi, is that it? Close.
Okay, come in.
Diameter. Oh wait.
Area, remember? Area.
Wait. Area. Oh no, it's pi.
Pi us 2.
Good. Pi r squared.
Might be details.
If if that's pi r squared, I can actually go ahead and try and find what's the area of the rectangle. Okay, so we've got the circle. Actually, we've got two circles, right? One on the top and the bottom. So how do I find the area of two of them?
So I prefer the top one.
I've got the area. This is the area of the top one. How do I find the area of the top and bottom? I times it by 2. Times it by 2 because I've got two of them.
720.
So it's 2 pi r squared. So that's the top and the bottom. But we need to find what is the area of the rectangle space. Girls? What is the area of the rectangle space in the middle, right? The actual toilet paper side, right? To do that, I know the h is this value over here. Okay, that's h. That's the easy part.
That's height.
Thank you.
And that's the base.
But I need to find what's this length over here. And can you guys see that that length there is the same as the circumference here? Okay?
Oh wait, shut up.
If I grab toilet paper, right, and I unravel it, the length of that toilet paper would be the circumference of the top part, right? And you can see over here, this length here from there to there is the same length as from here to here because it's perfectly rolled around that, okay? So that circumference, oops, thank you very much. That circumference, just for those of you who don't remember, is 2 pi r. Are we okay with that? Now, if I want to find the area, what do I have to multiply it by? So this is 2 pi r from here to here. 2 pi r is from there to there. Okay? Now, if I want to find the area of this one over here, what do I have to multiply it by? Length times width, and in this case, the width would be h, right? Because it's from there to there. So I times it by h. So this area in the middle, that surface area, that's 2 pi r h. And then I've got the top and the bottom, which are 2 pi r squared. When I add them up, I get this formula here. So the 2 pi r squared, that's the two circular ends, And then I've got the 2 pi RH, which is the curved area, the actual toilet paper section. And when I add them up, I actually get the formula. So you can use this formula if you'd like. They're both the same thing. This one there and that one there is the same thing. H is the height, so the width of your toilet paper, if you think about it that way. So that's how we can do it. We can go ahead and use a formula, or we can just think about it that way. So let's find the surface area of this cylinder rounding to 2 decimal places. Right, if I'm finding the surface area, I have the area of the circle, so let's go ahead and do that. What's the radius of my circle? 5, perfect. So equals to 5. So what's the formula again?
Pi r squared.
Pi r squared, good. Pi r squared.
Oh, you just squared.
Which gives me 5 squared is 5 times 5, which is 25, easy. 25 pi, I've got 2 of them. So that means that it equals to?
45 pi.
What's 25 double? 50. 50 pi. 50 pi. Close. 50 pi. Now we just need to find the area of the actual toilet paper section, the actual curved rectangle. To do that, I can actually find the circumference, which is
Irregular.
You are irrelevant.
Oh, this is safe.
I mean, not you, but just.
That's really
I wasn't offended, but just reminding, it is recording.
Oh, it's filming. Yeah.
So the circumference would be 2 pi r, which is 2 times pi times r. R in this case is 5, so that gives me 10 pi. Are you guys copying down notes? And if I want the rectangle, I'd say this is 10 pi. And that one is h. My h is what?
Pi.
Yep, so in this case of my picture over here, what's my height?
5. No, 25.
25, it's the width of toilet paper. Good, 25. So I've got 25 times by 10 pi, which gives me 250 pi, you're correct. So I know my total surface area is equal to 250 pi, which is what we just did earlier here, plus the original 2 circles. Are we paying attention? Which is 50 pi, which gives me 300 pi. Now, the question asks for you to give it in 2 decimal places, which means we actually have to put in the calculator. So I can just say 300 times by pi, which gives me 942.48. And that'd be in meters squared from memory. Yep, meters squared.
Just TS means total surface area.
That's correct.
She didn't write that.
Now, I'm going to quickly go through this last one. I know a lot of you guys are a bit fried at the moment, so I'm going to go through this one quickly. This one over here is actually very similar. The only exception is that it's just cut in half. Cut in half. Yeah, divide by 2. It's similar to just divide by 2, right? So, what's the radius from, if that's the diameter is 6, what's the radius?
10.
The radius is just half of it, from there to there.
3.
3, easy, 3 meters, right? So I can say, well, what's the area of the top? I can say, well, area of the semicircle is equal to, now, pi r squared is normally the formula, so pi times r is 3 squared, and I only have half of the circle, right? So I have half, and it gives me, what's 3 squared? 9, perfect, 9 over 2 pi. Now, remember we have both the top and the bottom, so to find the area of both of them, I just times it by 2, and I get 9 over pi. So the top and the bottom add together is 9 over pi. Are we paying attention? I know there's only a couple minutes left of class. I appreciate if we could focus. Now I just need to find the surface area. So not surface. The surface area of this section here. Right? So I can say, well, what's the circumference? The circumference is equal to 2 pi r times r, But I only want half, remember? Because it's only half here. Divided by 2. So times by half. And that gives me pi times r. What's my radius again? 3. Oops. So that gives me 3 pi. I times it by the height to get my actual 30 pi. Good. That's terribly drawn. 30 pi. Now the last thing.
Yeah, no, do be flashing though, even though she has a boyfriend. You have to add the beta square. My mom's
The last thing. The last thing is that we do need to remember that there is a section in the back, a flat surface in the back that we need to take care of. So what's the area of that section there? 60. It's just 6 times 10. So this is the back. And it's 6 times 10, which gives me 60. Now I add them up. I've got this one here, that one there, and I've got this one over here. So my total surface area is 39. Actually, I'll just write it out. 30 pi plus 9 pi plus 60, which gives me 39 pi. Remember, the 60 doesn't have a pi. Plus 60. I can put that in the calculator. And I get 39 times pi plus 60 gives me 182.52 meters squared.
Can you zoom out a little bit?
Yep. Do I have any questions before I end the recording? No? Okay.